Good evening, I'm Edie Ellis.
And I'm Bill Williams. We're back live here at the Knoxville waterfront, and we're celebrating Knoxville's 200th birthday.
And we're going to be going to a spectacular event, the lighting of the Henley Street Bridge, one of those birthday presents on Knoxville's 200th birthday that can be enjoyed by everyone long after this four-day bash is over. And
we promise you the program you're about to see is unique. You're going to love it. Let's go now to the main stage.
Street Bridge, we signal the beginning of our third century. Thank you, and God bless you.
It's been a fantastic 200 years. Years of celebration, of growth, of good times, of great times, and of not so great times. We, the people of Knoxville, have been through 2 centuries of change. But through it all, the people of Knoxville have always been there to bring us together in a common bond of togetherness and celebration. Now, look, watch, and listen as our Henley Bridge Lighting Spectacular, presented by BP Oil and U102, plays across our wonderful waterfront and into our 3rd century. Bicentennial celebration is presented by Kroger, WBIR TV Channel 10, the Knoxville News Sentinel, and the Knoxville Journal, and hundreds of other sponsors without whose generous support this event would not be possible. And so, on behalf of our sponsors in the city of Knoxville, we present our Henley Bridge Lighting Spectacular.
First white explorer, Hernando de Soto, passed through this portion of the Tennessee Valley in 1540. East Tennessee had become the home of the Anianweha, or principal people. The Spanish christened this area Chalaque Province, and the principal people began calling themselves the Chalaque, or Cherokee. In 1785, James White brought his family and household goods to what would soon be East Knox County. After spending the winter in a cabin on the north bank of the French Broad, White moved downstream to the area that would become the site of Knoxville. He found a large creek flowing into the winding Tennessee River, followed it up to a wooded hillside, and built his house and fort that still stands today. It was at White's fort that William Blount, governor of the Southwest Territory, negotiated the Treaty of Holston with the Cherokees in 1791, which opened up what is now Knox County to settlement. In that same year, White sold land around the fort for the establishment of a town that Blount named Knoxville. Lots were sold at lottery October 3rd, 1791, and Knoxville was born. Knoxville, Tennessee, nestled in the deep embrace of the Great Smoky Mountains. Let us look upon the past as the cornerstone of our future and step boldly forward into our 3rd century.
As we reminisce about our wonderful 200-year history of Knoxville, remembering our great traditions and heritage, let us pause and take a look into our future. Let us dream of a Knoxville where our future is only limited by our imagination, where our quality of life is unexcelled with liberty, justice, and freedom for all, and where our commitment to our children is exceeded only by our commitment to excellence, excellence in everything we do. I'm proud to be a Knoxvillian and proud of everything about our great city. We're fortunate to live in such a wonderful place, which has no equal. Our climate, our beautiful surroundings, but most of all, our people. But we continue to dream. We dream of Knoxville's future and how great it can be. And I know those dreams will come true because our children are the foundation of those dreams. So now, let's ask a few of our future leaders from Shannondale Elementary School about their dreams, how they see Knoxville both now and 100 years from now.
I believe that the schools would be different. The children would have more education in one day that we would in 2 days, and the children might be carrying computers instead of backpacks.
I hope Knoxville be in peace and everybody get along and no more fighting.
There will be less homeless people because there will be more shelters. I think kids will go to school on jets.
TV shows won't have as much violence in them.
It'll have a lot more people from different countries coming here. The kids of the future will be more educated than the kids of today. I think Knoxville is a great city.
They would have popcorn that has butter on every piece, and it all pops.
I think there'll be more parks.
I believe that Knoxville will be a great place to live.
Yes, things have changed dramatically during these past 200 years. As we look around, we see the very heart and soul of this city, its people. We see the bright, shining faces of men, women, and children on whom Knoxville's very future depends. We are the people who make up the very fabric of East Tennessee. And yes, we are the ties that bind Knoxville together. Tonight, October 3rd, 1991, we celebrate each of you. We extend our thanks for making Knoxville the great city that it is, and without whom our bicentennial would not be possible. For it is the people of this city who give it its personality, its charm, its world-class reputation. And that is what our bicentennial is all about. And now look skyward and focus high above our wonderful Tennessee town as we celebrate our heritage and our tradition. Henley Bridge lighting is the result of the efforts and dreams of an entire community. As we celebrate the birthday of our great city, let our bicentennial legacy be our beacon of light as we struggle with the challenges of tomorrow. Let it shine each and every evening, a reminder of our heritage and tradition. Let it serve as a symbol of peace, of democracy, and of the people. We are proud to present the conclusion of our dedication spectacular, and to the people of Knoxville, our city's shining gift of light and hope.
Broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air.
Good morning and welcome to another huge event in this huge weekend in which we're saying happy birthday to Knoxville. Happy 200th birthday, Knoxville.
And we've got Gene Patterson who's standing by, and he's out milling around in the throng, and we're going to toss to him. Gene, what's going on where you are?
Hill Avenue is about where the crowd is. It's lined up all the way down Neyland Drive, all the way from Hill Avenue's exit, all the way back toward the campus area. So there's a lot of folks here looking for a great parade.
The sun has really been shining on this bicentennial celebration as the city of Knoxville enters its 3rd century. And it seems very appropriate because the Pride of the Southland Band has been playing the UT Volunteers to victory for several weeks now, so it seems very appropriate that it would kick off this bicentennial parade.
As Scott Sam says during the halftime presentations at UT football games, the pride, I can't do it like he does, but he says it's something like that, the pride of the Southland Marching Band, and here they are.
And during the halftime at the Mississippi State game a couple of weeks ago, the band really dedicated the halftime show to the bicentennial celebration. And you were there for that game, weren't you? And
beautiful show, beautiful show. Dr. J. Julian, of course, his director, has been for 30 years, 250 members. Let's watch and listen. What Tennessean's heart doesn't thrill to those sounds, the great sounds of Rocky Top. Now the fight song, I believe, the University of Tennessee.
Absolutely correct. And what a colorful sight, carrying the bicentennial banners and, of course, the Pride of the Southland Band. They're a lot more comfortable in those uniforms today than they were a few weeks ago out there in Neyland Stadium. The Pride of the Southland Band and the accompanying members, so this is quite a...
It is a thrilling sight, and as they march right behind us here, the sound is a bit overwhelming, and it's wonderful, it really is. The Pride of the Southland, University of Tennessee Marching Band, beginning the bicentennial parade a good way, as you said, Edie, to start it off. Good for them,
but look, there are a lot of them, and when you consider...
well, these are the Bicentennial All-Star Twirlers. These are kids 10 to 17 years old.
All right.
Yeah, from all the area majorette schools, they've been chosen to march today and doing a wonderful job.
Terrific. And following them, the East Tennessee Indian League will probably get another shot. Now, the East Tennessee Indian League meets every year on the World's Fair site at World's Fair Park. If you've never been there, it's a wonderful gathering, ceremonial dances. There are tribes from all over the country, and it really is an incredible event. So we got a glimpse of them.
And the crowd enjoying it all.
Get some crowd shots.
The first float. This is the James White Fort. This was the way it was 200 years ago, the first permanent structure of Knoxville. James White, father of 7 children, he and his wife Mary started it all, and there's an airplane kind of bridging the gap, I guess, from then to now.
Yeah, Gordon Sisk, we've seen him portraying James White around town, the founder of Knoxville, so this is certainly a very special time. Ramsey House is represented in this parade. Volunteer docents in period dress of the 1790s.
Marching Humpty Dumpty, the world's most famous wall sitter. Listen to the kids cheer. They love him, don't they? Oh, it looks like he fell down, Edie.
Well,
he broke his crown.
That seems to be appropriate.
Yeah, I would say so.
I mean, with more than 6,000 cubic feet of helium, you know, Humpty Dumpty sort of takes a short sail rather than a great fall.
There, he came back up.
Right.
About 30 of the king's men and women are handling the guidelines to this storybook favorite.
We can hear the sounds of the bagpipes, which is always a wonderful sound. The Knoxville Scottish Society
has about 330 members, each member a member of a specific family clan society, dressed in their respective clan colors. sponsors several events each year to celebrate our Scottish heritage right here in East Tennessee.
And it is a significant and tremendous Scottish heritage. 330 members of the Knoxville Scottish Society.
Great shot from our camera, way up high. Coming down now, following the Scottish Society, representatives of the Bicentennial Schools, 66 Knox County schools here in our area designated as Bicentennial Schools. Of those, 17 today are participating in the parade.
Elementary School, Powell Elementary, Beaumont, St. Joseph, West Haven, Knoxville Christian School, South Doyle High, First Lutheran School, Fountain City Elementary School, New Hopewell School, South Doyle Middle School, and the Community Service Committee of Webb Schools. So we have a lot of schools represented, and that's as it should be, because
Absolutely.
This is really a living history lesson for them.
Absolutely. A lot of youngsters took part in the bicentennial activities themselves. Of course, studied them, as you say, Edie, it is a living history lesson. The history jumped right off the pages of the book and into real life for these kids. We hear the sound of a band in the background coming right down the parade route.
This is going to be the Fulton High School band coming up, and we're going to wait till they get up just a little bit. We've heard them, and they participated in almost every parade that we've participated in, and they are really an incredible band, and they're enthusiastic and always ready to participate.
65 members. They are directed by Mr. Elvin Banks. They're feeling pretty good. They won a football game last night. Their football team did.
Right, well, let's just listen to it for a few minutes.
Youngsters are enjoying it, like the television cameras too. Let's look at the camera, see what's going on there. Carnes High School, under the direction of Jim Rector.
Are you sure that Casper the Friendly Ghost isn't helping him direct?
I think he is. I think he's
so.
back there kind of assisting as things go along. The music is a parade song.
And Casper does look like he's sort of floating over the band, helping them, doesn't he?
High School Band.
24. Okay, and following that, of course, we have a 1903
Surrey.
Surrey.
Yeah.
Is it one with a fringe on top? The one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, but that was about Oklahoma. This is these were led by being pulled by Tennessee walking horses, provided by RBM Company. All right.
All right, followed by the Knoxville City Council, of course, here for the very special 200th birthday celebration of the city of Knoxville, and we have many of the city council representatives on this float.
Beautiful red, white, and blue.
It is
float.
indeed.
I wonder what James White would think were he to see all this happening this weekend. I think he'd be pleased.
I think some of it he would think, my goodness, I had no idea that this
culture shock.
There's Mayor Ash and Jay Victor.
Jay Victor, I think we can safely predict, Edie, that Jay Victor is probably going to be a politician. Big Brothers and Big Sisters here as part of the exhibit or part of the parade entry from the Blunt Mansion and Museum of East Tennessee History. This is a children's art project with each child's costume representing a building. And then children accompanied by Big Brothers and Big Sisters.
This is really true. Terrific. That's a wonderfully... Oh, and there's Casper, the friendly ghost. Again, another one of those huge balloon floats that have added so much to parades here in our area and all across the country, really, for a number of years. And Casper, unlike some of the other balloon floats, just seems to get right down and hug the crowd, doesn't he?
I think he's spectacular.
He is, really.
Thank you very much. Yeah. He is over 55 feet in length, has an arm span of 23 feet, and of course we need to know 6,300 cubic feet of helium are used to get this spirit soaring.
All right.
35 trusty balloon handlers are captured.
Right, and we
find newfound friends.
We of course hear the sounds of another band coming up, and we believe that is the South Doyle High School Band.
It is the South Doyle High School Marching Band, directed by Dwight Christian, with 77 members as they march down the parade route here on Neyland Drive in downtown Knoxville as part of the Bicentennial Parade, the 200th birthday of the city of Knoxville. Yes, South Doyle, the new high school in South Knox County.
Which is working better than most people ever dreamed. I mean, you put out an idea, and these young people are mature and enthusiastic, and they know that the 21st century is going to be a 21st century filled with diversity. So they look forward to the challenge, and so they've been doing a terrific job at South Doyle. 77 members of this band. They're playing Border Cruising, directed by Dwight Christian.
The South Doyle Band and their very fine performance, a 1902 Cadillac, Edie. That is an old one. Well, actually, it's a replica. Yeah, a three-quarter scale replica.
Right.
Robert and Wanda Albus are in that 7-horsepower 1902 Cadillac.
All right, and then we have the Suffragettes, played by the East Tennessee Lawyers Association for Women. And you can see the sign, "How long must women wait?" The question being asked, how long must women wait for the vote? Well, thanks to these suffragettes, not as long as perhaps we would have had to have waited. There are more than 100 members of the East Tennessee Lawyers Association for Women, established in Knoxville in March of 1984 to emphasize and address issues of concern to women in the legal profession.
Here's a 1915 Ford Model T touring car, restored and driven by, this is a real one, restored and driven by Bud Campbell. Listen to the ooga. Mr. Campbell's owned this car since '56, been driven more than 50,000 miles since 1956.
That was a great ooga, by the way.
I love that
It was a terrific ooga.
Children along the way enjoying this parade.
I wonder if we should check in with Gene Patterson. Do you think we might do that at this point?
We haven't been given that, signal by our floor director, but perhaps it would be a good idea. Right there in the to the right of the screen is a 1928 International pickup truck, 28. Following it, somewhere along the line, we're going to see the members of the Cherokee
Knoxville Cherokee hockey team, but we can't see them yet, but we can see Betty Boop, another of the balloon characters.
There's a 28 Model A Ford two-door sedan, 29 Ford Model A Roadster.
We are going to go to Gene Patterson. He's down there milling about as only Gene does so well. He mills very well. Works the crowd just in a wonderful way. Gene, we're coming to you.
All right. You know, right now I see John Waters on the TVA flow right behind me there, and you know, you mentioned Betty Boop. One of the big moments of excitement for the crowd right around this area is a low tension, is an electric line that runs right across Neyland Drive. They've got to get those floats down below that thing, and when the Humpty Dumpty came through, we weren't real sure if that was going to happen. But as it did make its way through, the crowd went crazy. And there, of course, is John Waters. Hello. How are you, Director?
Fine. More fun than anything.
All right. That's TVA, one of the directors of the Tennessee Valley Authority, John Waters, having a great time. Waters there. All right, back to you all.
Hey, thank you very much, Gene. Of course, John and his wife, Patsy, along with Bobby Congleton, co-chairpersons of the Bicentennial celebration itself.
Oh, the
entry from the
Knoxville Zoo. The Knoxville Zoo was established in 1947. It's now located on more than 80 acres off Prosser
There's
Road.
one of the animals loose.
I know.
Thrilling the
Somehow,
children.
yeah, but I don't think he's all that scary.
Oh, I hope not.
really
I hope
think.
not.
Right.
Another animal, a wild.
And there's a special cheetah exhibit going on at the zoo right now, and certainly one of the main attractions here in our city, the Knoxville Zoo.
Kaz Walker, former mayor, city councilman, the old coon hunter himself. And there he is, riding with his longtime friend, Mr. Charles Coulter of Maryville. Kaz, it's good to see you back on TV.
And Kaz Walker, and we'll see it here in a moment, is going to be followed by the Welsh Society. We'll be seeing here in a moment. There are 150 Welsh families who make up the Knoxville Welsh Society. And most of these are descendants of the original Welsh families that came to K-Town after the Civil War. The Welsh started Knoxville Iron Works that was on the World's Fair site.
A lot of years and drives it regularly. I love to see these old cars. Aren't they great?
It's terrific. All right, Bar. We can see here the another one of those incredible balloon floats, and Bar is certainly one of the most popular children's characters ever.
These are graduates from years gone by. The old Knoxville High School, of course, for many years the only high school in Knoxville. And these, well, some of them are graduates of the class of 38. There are other classes as well that are having reunions this weekend. The class is 25, the class of 1930, as I recall, the class of 1938, and maybe another one or two. Many of the graduates coming along now and just having a great time. They're telling me they're going to have a big reunion. There's a class of 1938. Right. Big reunion tomorrow.
Right.
About 3,000 people are expected, yes. And they said, is your camera going to be there? I guess it better be, hadn't it? I think my friend Dot Baker is going to be coming along here very shortly with his 1938 Rolls Royce. Is that it? Yes, indeed. 1938 Rolls Royce. Dot graduated from Knoxville High School in 1938, and with him is Ms. Samuela Shoemaker. She's 97 years old, the only surviving graduate of the Knoxville High School class of 1911. The oldest surviving graduate of Knoxville High School, and there she is in that beautiful car. That looks to me, Edie, I really believe it is a 1936B John Deere tractor. Restored in 1987 by David and Cindy Walker.
Certainly agriculture, a big part of East Tennessee's history.
More farm machinery coming along behind. Indeed, as you say, a very important part of our heritage and our history, the agricultural community here in East Tennessee.
I think he's going to do some wheelies on that old
You don't suppose?
I think he's going to try. I wouldn't be a bit surprised.
The oldest high school band in the area from currently existing schools.
Let's just listen to them. They're playing the Battle Hymn of the Republic.
Absolutely beautiful. Marching band, and just a wonderful job. We have some wonderful young musicians our area here.
They really do, and they are followed by a 1940 Ford convertible driven and owned by Mr. Ray Johnson, and a 1939
These UT football team members inside the convertible, Norbert Ackerman and William Billy King, members of the 1939 UT football team, a championship team that went to the Rose Bowl in 1940. By train, took them 5 days to get there.
They played Southern Cal and were defeated, unfortunately, 14-0.
Yeah, but they were there, and it was a wonderful, wonderful time.
And certainly Bert Ackerman and all the members of that team, big UT ball.
Lindsey Nelson, one of our favorite people and certainly one of the stars of East Tennessee, one of the bright shining jewels of our area.
Oh, he is.
Lindsey Nelson, known around the world and certainly throughout our country as America's most honored sportscaster. Welcome, Lindsey. Hope you're having a great time.
Right, and inducted into 10 halls of fame, including baseball, college football, and professional football, and he deserves every bit of it and more. West High is the band that's being featured right now, and they are here to provide some of the entertainment and some of the enthusiasm. With that sunshine out there, they're probably a little warm at this point, but it has it.
Yes, let's watch and listen to West High School. His and hers. Is that unbelievable?
It is matching 1955 Thunderbirds, and Randy and Judy
Sakuchi, I would guess.
And they have owned their cars. They owned their cars separately before they even met. Now, do you think they were brought together by these twin cars?
I think fate or something or other brought them together.
It wasn't Kismet. It was Thunderbirds, twin Thunderbirds.
I think a few years ago, Gene Patterson did a story on these two, as I recall. It's beautiful cars.
And they are beautiful cars, and we appreciate Randy and Judy's enthusiasm. They're always willing to bring those cars out and participate in all of these events. All right, we have Mr. Ken Burkhardt, professional baseball player and umpire. He's riding in a 1955 Chevrolet convertible owned and driven by Ray Johnson. I believe we've seen Mr. Johnson before. And this is the car. This is a car exactly like the one Mr. Johnson and his wife were engaged in.
Beautiful, beautiful car. 1955 Ford Crown Victoria. There's a spectacular car. Look at the colors on that one.
It's beautiful, beautiful purple. One of my absolute favorite colors. Claudette Riley Sisk will be coming up, riding in a 1957 Chevrolet convertible. Oh, look at that one. The Farragut High School Marching Band.
200 members. They're directed by Ron Rogers, have been for the last 3 years, assisted by Deborah Spitz and Joe McNew. And guess what? They're playing Anchors Away, the fight song of Farragut High School, named for Admiral Farragut. High School named for Admiral Farragut. Of course, the town was named after the Admiral of the United States Navy, born in that community, and of course today named in his honor. A fine band. I saw them perform last night at the halftime of the football game. They did a wonderful, wonderful job.
They did. Of course, you were sort of glad that the team didn't do quite as well as the band. Now, no, we know you support all the teams.
I'm trying to stay unbiased.
I know. That's absolutely correct. Following the Farragut High School Band, the Cushman Scooters. Dr. and Mrs. C.P. Redmond ride their Cushman motor scooters of the 1950s.
They don't make them anymore, but a lot of people have a lot of fun keeping them up and restoring them and still riding them, and they are beautiful. There we are, sort of huddled under the umbrella.
That doesn't seem to be
all right.
Doesn't seem to be dampening the enthusiasm of the Knoxville College Band, directed by Paul Daniels. This is Knoxville College's homecoming weekend, and today, if it hasn't been rained out, they're going to be playing Lane College, and another historically black college. There are 55 members of this band, and as you can see, they've got choreography and excellent music, and
an exciting group, and the crowd obviously pleased by this. Watch it. Isn't this neat? Look.
Yeah.
And following them, Dr. and Mrs. John Turner,
Yes.
Knoxville College president and wife, riding in a 62 Chevrolet Super Sport convertible.
They have been a tremendous addition to Knoxville. We are fortunate to have them with us as Knoxville enters its 3rd century. Dr. Turner has been president of Knoxville College for the past 2.5 years, and they have 3 daughters, and we're delighted to have them here. Oh, and the polo. This is a Sassafras Polo Club, as far as we can tell. And you know, this is we've had. This is a new addition of a sport really to our area. They had a wonderful match as a benefit for the Knoxville Museum of Art not too long ago, and this is really generating a lot of interest. And I certainly am not all that familiar with polos other than what I've seen on television and in the movies. So to be able to see a live polo match and the Sassafras polo team. We now have the 1991 national champions UT men's track team. All right. Now they don't get a rousing cheer from the crowd. Here we go.
Last year's national champions, coached by Doug Brown, they swept the Southeastern Conference Triple Crown, winning the SEC cross-country championships, both the SEC indoor and outdoor championships, and the NCAA outdoor championships. And they are followed by another group of national champions. And we'll see there they are. The UT Lady Vols national championship basketball team, coached by you, right?
That's right, Pat Summit, and she has been a champion and has had champion teams for so many years, and we're so proud of those young women, not only as athletes, but as just well-rounded, complete human beings who can go out and do just about anything they want to do, except, of course, play professional sports here in this country. But,
wonderful group of young people, and we're so happy that they represent East Tennessee, and do it so very, very well. They won 3 national championships in the last 5 years.
That's a beautiful float too, and here we have Smokey greeting some of the children, the big end little kids. And here we see the banner for Halls, directed by Charles Black for 12 years, co-directed by David Carell, 58 members.
And the drum major is Carrie France, the Halls High School Marching Band. The Hall Red Devils. A young, brave observer having a good time, and let's watch and listen to Hall. 58 members of the Halls High School Marching Band. Very fine high school in North Knox County. Very fine community.
Yes. They're getting quite a bit of applause from the crowd as they march by, as have all the bands. I think people have a great appreciation for the work it takes
It does take
for
a
these
lot
students.
of work. These young people spend a lot of hours, a lot of extra hours preparing their presentations throughout the year. They and their directors will certainly be congratulated. Edie, we have forgotten to mention, and we should mention, that despite what you may have been hearing, there are a lot of availabilities on the various river boats. Dinner cruises, lunch cruises, various kinds of cruises. I think misinformation has gotten out that tickets are not available. Tickets are available. Not even necessary to make a reservation. If you'd like to take a cruise on a riverboat, there are 4 of them here. Robert E. Lee, 3 others from other parts of the country, and tickets are available.
They are available, and Bill, they tell us the best thing is to just come down to the waterfront and where these river boats are docked, and go ahead and get your tickets here. Tickets are available. Unfortunately, we have coming up, we want you to take advantage of the riverboat, but we have the Ramallah Palestine Club of Knoxville, and this was really a place in the Middle East that really doesn't really exist as these residents knew it. But this group was founded in 1951. There are approximately 50 families in the organization who help new families adjust when they come here to the Knoxville area. Renee and Samir Jubran are very much involved in that, who own the Falafel Hut, As you can see, they are here because Knoxville is really composed of a lot of different ethnic backgrounds and a lot of groups, and that's what makes the city strong. So we want to welcome the Ramallah Palestine Club to this bicentennial celebration.
And following them, our guests, and help me here with pronunciation. Edie, you've done it a time or two, and I don't know how to pronounce it.
Myoran.
From our sister city in Japan, Myoran, Japan, Mayor and Mrs. Hiroshi Iwata from Myoran. Knoxville's sister city in the 1985 Dodge convertible, owned and driven by Ms. Jody Gillen-Waters.
And people have said they have been having a wonderful time here. The mayor was at an event that I had to MC last night, and he was at a dinner for the Japanese delegation from Myoran, and he said he had to leave 3 times to go to different events, and he had to leave the event at the Art Museum to go back to make the toast. So they've had a great time.
Let me try this. I don't know if I'm going to get it right or not, but they're not listening. Mr. Kentaro Hirasawa, chairman of the Myoran City Council, and Mr. and Mrs. Norimitsu Kiribayashi. Is that close?
I think it's very close. And of course, we're saying that it's up here, and we're down in the car.
Like I said, they can't hear, so that's good.
Right.
All right.
But they have been having a lovely time here. And, it does remind, you were mentioning earlier how reminiscent this is in many ways of the 1982 World's Fair.
Yeah.
When we had international visitors from, some 27 countries. And so we were really fortunate. So when we have guests from Myoran, our sister city, we really do feel particularly fortunate.
From Carter High School, the Carter High School Band, directed by Dan Coker, playing Civil War era music, including Precious Lord, Take My Hand, and Battle Hymn of the Republic. Let's watch and listen to the Carter High School Band. Carter High School Band, how many members? A bunch of them.
42, I believe, or 52. I may have misspoken.
I don't know, but certainly a fine group of young musicians.
It sounded like 1,042.
It certainly did. I'm going to find that sheet. It's a 62 members.
Are we prophetic or what? Were we just not talking about the World's Fair?
And guess what? This is a reminder of the World's Fair when the world certainly fell in love with our city. And we're going to hear some familiar music. We used to hear it every afternoon, Edie, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, every night. Let's listen carefully. I hope they're going to turn it on. The train music from the World's Fair, the Energy Express. Can we hear it? It was such a...
It was a great...
it was a great tune. It's certainly a great time. And all of us who had something to do with the World's Fair, if we just visited it or worked there or were around it, we miss it.
And the people riding on this World's Fair float really are representative of a lot of the diverse cultures that make up Knoxville, Tennessee. And so that's a very significant float for our town. And so we're delighted to see that one.
We got a quick glimpse of the car following the World's Fair float, the 1984 DeLorean. Remember that? Well, actually, a couple of them. 2 of the DeLorean stainless steel sports cars there. This is part of the crowd. Again, enjoying the parade. The Forest Brook Neighborhood Stroller Derby.
All right.
The little ones are taking part in the parade with their mamas helping in some cases.
They are. And there's some tricycles too. My preferred mode of travel.
The tricycle, you think?
Yes.
Yeah, I can
much
understand
more sensible than a bicycle, I think. And much steadier.
Much less likely to tip over, right? Right now, let's look at the Lady Vol cheerleaders.
All right.
And Lady Vol Smokey riding in a wagon owned by Larry Johnson. Listen to them. The whole thing is a tremendous experience. The Bicentennial celebration, it was billed to be a time that was unforgettable, and indeed I think that's just exactly what it is.
It takes all of us to make this city work, and we're going to try to do that well into the 3rd century.